All right. Hello, everybody. Anybody who might be listening. I know it was completely random, but I wanted to do... whoops, let me fix my microphone real quick. It's not... There we go. It's a little bit better. Let's just do that. Cool. That's a little bit better. So, yeah, anybody who might be watching probably can hear music. Let's go ahead and move over to the live scene. There we go. That way you can kind of see what's going on there. So it's completely impromptu. If nobody stops by, that's perfectly understandable. I didn't really give a whole lot of notice, but I thought about, I didn't know if I was going to be able to or what was going on. Today has been, it's about 9 o'clock, 9:30 at night, has been my birthday, and I thought, you know what, I'll play some games that make me, I had a great day, and with Anna, and just, you know, it was a good day, it was a good birthday, but I figured, well, I'll maybe jump on, play a couple of games that make me happy, and hopefully if Anna feels up to it, or if I think anyone else, if anyone feels up to it, they jump in, and you know, just get to kind of interact while I play a couple of games that are just fun. I'll probably resume James Bond a little bit later on, so for anybody who is looking for the part 2 to that, I'll probably do that. That may be the next stream, but I thought for now just a random assortment of fun games. And Super Mario World is one that always makes me happy to just kind of run through, so I may not stick with just one game, I may just kind of run through a couple of games, play some levels, so if there's anything in particular that just that kind of jumps out, somebody's like, hey, do this, you should do this, you did this. Oh, that was dumb. That would, you know, I'm definitely open to suggestions, but, you know, I don't know. There's a good couple of games that I really enjoy playing, and this is definitely one of them. I don't usually like to run through games in quick succession, but I figured in this case, a variety stream of sorts would be okay. I didn't figure anybody would fault me for playing games that you know, playing games that make you happy when you're, well, like I said, when it's your birthday. Wink. Also, special thanks, just while I'm on here, and I'll do it, of course, this, like I said, this stream was so impromptu, I don't anticipate it getting a whole lot of traction, and that's perfectly okay, but I would definitely, whoops, there we go. I would definitely like to give a big thank you to Omega Ace Gaming. So if you take a look in the, we'll just go ahead, I don't really care if I hit the tape. Take a look at the bottom left, bottom right hand corner on the retro screen there. On the bigger screen, it's of course the same position, but it's a little farther out. That little spinning logo of mine, the Glitchy Squitchy is what his name is, the logo. That was Mr. Omega Ace who was able to help me get that put together. So a ton of thanks for taking the time to go through that and do that and help me out. That was very kind of you. If you're expecting to see an expert run of this game also, this is one of the games that I like to pass in some capacity every year. I made a video about DKC3, which I might run through the first world or so just for the fun of it. Just because it's fun to go through fast, but it's, you know, I don't know, these are games that I just kind of like to run through. These are games that it's not about sitting down and passing for me necessarily. I will typically pass them as a result of having fun, but it's just fun to just sit down and play them for, you know, a couple of minutes or an hour and then say, oh, okay, that's good. I don't know, have it. Hey, Goat Force Gaming, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I figured, I know it was impromptu, and that's probably a cardinal sin, I'm sure, but, I don't know, I just felt like running through and doing something fun. Whoop. Also, I had a ton of fun. I want to say thank you. I had a ton of, or thanks for having me. I had a ton of fun on your Rogue Legacy 2, whoops, stream. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to see that and to get to interact with you. And I apologize. I tried to get comments through to you and get to some more interaction. My phone actually that night had died, and I had to plug it back in, and then I tried to interact, and I was having YouTube issues. So sorry about those issues. So I did get to catch. I didn't get to comment. I didn't get to make any sort of comment, but I did get to catch one of your lunch. Not this one, but yesterday's. I got to catch part of that. So I'm definitely. I want to just say, if you hadn't seen a lot of activity, that was why. I didn't mean for it to be a thing. Yeah, this is one of my. Whoops, I almost made a mistake there. This is one of my absolute favorite games of all time, and ironically, it's good to. I don't know. It's fun to. There's something about. Oh, thank you. Yeah, there's something about getting to play. I don't know, games you got to play when you were a kid on your birthday, just kind of going by and celebrating, you know, I don't know, the nostalgia of it all. Games are a great kind of bridge. I didn't get 30 coins, so that's not going to give me anything. Oh, thank you, yeah. No, I appreciate it. Hey, Thumb, how you doing? I did say it earlier on this, but my apologies. I didn't jump on 007, just because I thought maybe I'd play a couple of random games for my birthday, and just games that I have fun with, and games I played as a kid too. Some of them I, you know, well, most of these I'll have played as a kid. I remember with this one, my parents couldn't get through, so the Iggy's Castle level, and I remember them giving me the controller and letting me do that, and saying, "Hey, can you get past it?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I got past it. So I don't know. It's just kind of this one's just kind of a chill format. It's not. I know it's not my style. I normally try to pass or go through something, but I thought, maybe it'd be fun to just sit and kind of play a game. Oh, absolutely. It's just it's crazy. It's when we think about games and how much of an impact, especially those of us that stay, you know, have persisted. I know a lot of people that you know, games kind of just fell out of popularity with them as they got older, and that's okay. But for those of us that still enjoy video games for what they are, it's incredible. Not only realizing what they are, but also realizing how much they were. And kind of understanding, I think, how much they're probably going to always be worth. Sentimental value. Like, I imagine I will play this game until the day I die, remembering the good stuff. I completely agree. There's a YouTube video, and I think it's several years old at this point, but it's 5 minutes long. I think it is. It's like a 5-minute, 40-something second rendition. Well, I didn't mean to do that. Wait for him to tip over. He can waddle this way. He won't make much. There we go. But anyway, it's an orchestral version, and it's really good. If you get a chance, I'll need to find it. I need to find it. I don't know. I couldn't tell you which. I'm sure multiple versions have been done. But anyway, yes. The music that always stands, like I'll hum to still. One of the musical themes of this game that I'll hum will be Forest of Illusion theme. That da 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 da. I'll just find myself doing that, and I'm like, eh. And I don't have a voice for humming, but you kind of get the gist of it. Or singing or any of that. I've got a face for radio, but the voice doesn't quite match. Uh-oh. It's weird though. One of the things I'll say to your yeah, it's really neat. To your comment about Mega Man 3, it's actually funny. Alright, you know what? That's fine. I can go faster without you. Whoops. And I am humbled. Okay. No, it's funny you say the thing about Mega Man. I didn't... I mean, obviously I played Mega Man for some time. Oops, there we go. These 4. Boink. I mean, I could, but is it really worth it? Nah, probably not. Let's Can we go the... Yeah, we'll just go the traditional way. It's really weird to my NES collection, to our NES collection. What's really cool is just how randomly games kind of just pop up. But Anna, my significant other, my fantastic other half, is it was her. Well, that's unfortunate. It was actually her parents were just digging through some stuff, and they just happened to find Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 5 that they had. And so, while those weren't games that I got when I was younger, they were kind enough to give those to us. And so now I actually have those for the collection. So and my point in that is the feeling of like excitement to add an awesome new, an awesome other game cartridge to the collection has not diminished or changed at all. It's super. Uh-oh. It's this one right here. It's I don't know, it's fun. I'm still on the hunt. I think the latest one that I got was Anna got me Felix the Cat. One of my favorite. I remember when for the NES. Yeah, it's so cool how let's go ahead and I guess do the secret. For the Green Switch Palace, I think is what this one is. Boink. Okay, there we go. Yeah, she got me Felix the Cat. Well, so Felix the Cat was weird because I had this, I think I made mention on I made a video about it, but it was, I know I wasn't supposed to do that. He was supposed to kick it, but whatever. Do that. Anyway, so Felix the Cat in the little town that I was when I was visiting my grandmother, there was this grocery store, little bitty grocery store. It wasn't like a Walmart or a United or down here. I don't know. That's actually not. That's a local. I think it's a local chain. Where we are, it's United, but they were bought by Albertsons, which I believe is national. But I think fairly local at least. But anyway, point being is this little grocery store had like very few. It was like the kind that the mom and pop would like get up and they would make fresh glazed donuts, fresh baked donuts. And I happened to rent the game, Felix the Cat. We'll just go around. And that it always stuck with me how cool that game was. And then sure enough, she got it. She found a copy, hunted it down, got it for me. And I still had as much fun playing it as an adult as I did, going and playing it as a kid. It was so cool. It was so neat. But yeah, I'm just the whole thing in this case is I think I thought it would just be fun to, I don't know, like I said, play some games that make me happy, play some games I like. Like I said it before, I probably won't stick on any Jewel Osco. Okay. But so a question, because I'm not entirely sure where you're from. My apologies for that if you had said it and I just hadn't. I didn't know, but there we go. I mean, I don't think there's any discomfort in saying that I'm from Texas. Oh, no, that's okay. Did I just do the same thing? Dang it. Force of habit. Alright, I'll just do this. No, I understand. They're not my favorite either. It's just, they kind of... I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments at the same time I'm playing. I'm wondering if we're going to get any bangers out of... I don't know. It's a good question. I'm going to get a bunch of stars probably here. Okay, there we go. The pattern on that's hard. It's not hard once you get the first one. And if anybody is... I'm sure everybody's has the pattern down, or you know, it's nothing too terribly impressive, but it's just super hard for me to get that first, because the center one's obviously whatever they want it to be, so it's really not easy to try and figure out how to hit that first one. Once I hit the first one, though, like I can get them all to be this. The ones that I hit, the 8 of 9 that I hit, I can get to do whatever I need to. We are not. Where I am specifically, we haven't so far had any power issues, but I also don't live in Texas suburbia. You know, I live in Podunk. Oh no, it's at the beginning of this, I think. Oh, I was sorry. I was looking at the chat as I did that. I'm in the Midwest. Okay, okay. Yeah, so I'm in kind of now I'm gonna have to do it without a cape. There's a opening up there. I'm in Podunk, Texas, little town. So the big guys the big guys aren't they're not routing power where we are. It's they're like, hey, these guys, there's like 5 people that live here. Let them have their power. We're thankful for it. Yeah, are you guys having? I guess that's a better question. Are you guys having issues? And if so, hopefully you're staying warm and safe. I'm assuming big timer in New York. Yep. Nope. I'm in Texas. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite. Actually, we're trying to plan to move to Colorado if we can. We went and made a trip up there, and it was just amazing. But for now, we're in Texas. Probably right. Thumb, I'd love a Metroid update. So, collection Wind Waker, Zelda. Something on the Zelda 35th, kind of like the Mario. Okay, I would like that. I wouldn't mind. Honestly, the Mario 3D collection. I'm not no many are. Gotcha. Yeah, I hate hearing that too, because I know there are so many people. Our this is not politics. It's just a thing that happened. But our state's actually now investigating all of our not all of them necessarily, but several of our power companies for supposedly doing some really awful things. So you gonna respawn? Yep. That's okay. So it's I feel bad for anybody who's having those kinds of issues, especially when some of them are just people being greedy and dirty about the way that they're routing stuff. But no, to going back to the fun topic of games and not, I don't want to make that a downer, but I honestly would love to see a Legend of Zelda 30. I didn't get 30 coins, so I'd love to see a. Yeah, it's there's some pretty nasty business going on that side of things. I usually stay out of it if it doesn't really have a big impact on me, but it was just kind of a, I don't know. Would be lame if Nintendo just announced a Smash DLC third-party remasters and a lame Zelda. I agree if that was all, but I honestly really would love a Zelda. Here's what I want. This is what I want, and I probably won't get it. I forget you can't do that to those. Here's what I want, and I probably won't get it. I would love a Zelda 35. 35th. I would love that to have. There aren't really a ton of remasters on it, but I would love it. I don't want. I don't know. I want definitive collections, right? So I want, if I'm gonna do it, like for example with the Mario All Stars, I would love. Whoops. If I were gonna have a Mario All Stars, I think I would really like to have. Would have liked to have, excuse me, all of the Mario games in a single collection, and heck, I'd pay a little extra if I had to. They didn't even put Galaxy 2 in it, right? But they went back and remastered GameCube. Even if they were doing one from a generation, right? Do the original Super Mario, then do like... I'm sorry, yeah. And then do like Super Mario World. And then... That's what... Yeah, so that's what I was about to say. I would love them to do Mario... Well, in the style that they did Super Mario Maker, I'd love them to do the same thing with Zelda. And you can switch between 2D and 3D. You know, I know in Mario you technically can't do that, but switch between the 2D style and the 3D styles to some extent. It'd be pseudo, I'm sure, but I don't know. I'd love that. Whoa. Didn't mean to do that at all. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. I mean, how hard... You gotta think about it. Like, Mario had a lot of... The Mario Maker games, both of them, had a lot of stuff, like a lot of work go into them, I think, and they're very polished in a lot of ways. You know what's actually funny about that? So it's obviously I don't have to tell you. I know you know, but the whole reason that we had Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and then Mike Tyson did what he did in I don't remember when that was. Was that 97 or 9? Yeah, I think it was 97. I could be wrong. But anyway, he did that, lost a lot of publicity, right? And then now he's back in the public eye, and like they're apparently doing a whole bunch of stuff. So we could hypothetically have Mike Tyson's Punch-Out 2, and I would be completely on board for that. Because the last Punch-Out we had was what? The one for the Wii, right? The, hold on, I have it. What is it? Oh, it's just Punch-Out. Okay. Yeah, that was the last one we had. Was just Punch-Out. Like, bring Mike Tyson back. You know. Do it again. Yeah, I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that the Holyfield thing was in '97. I couldn't remember if it was '97 or if I was just completely off on that. But yeah, he had a lot of bad press. They changed it to Mr. Dream. I didn't want Mr. Dream. I can tell you, I didn't settle for Mr. Dream card. I wanted Mike Tyson. And if anyone ever's like, oh, hardest bosses ever, I'm not gonna say Mr. Dream. I'm gonna say, even though oh really, even though it's the same you know, fighting like algorithm or whatever it is. Go away. I'm gonna say Mike Tyson. So. No, that's perfectly okay. No, that's okay. The Power Glove? Is that the one you're talking about? Or the ones you're talking about? One of the things I'm gonna give absolute kudos to, and this is especially true with old Nintendo, is their marketing team. Their marketing team, like they could sell the phrase that I think it's a universal phrase. The phrase we would use is ice to an Eskimo, but I don't want to say anything that would potentially be offensive, so sell something that is abundant to someone who lives in the area in which it's abundant. Come on, you son of a gun. Alright, fine. Let's let him do this. It's not like Roy when the walls close. You go ahead, do your thing. I'll let you run it. I could have gotten you again, but go ahead. Not the Power Glove? I don't know. I'm not sure which ones you're talking about then. They created a gigantic set of green boxes with places for the Wiimotes. I would absolutely buy those. I wouldn't at all now that I know that that's a thing, I do not absolutely hold that against you. That is, if nothing else, a phenomenal display piece that I want now. So I don't say that wasn't a good thing, because now you've inspired me to get a pair. I didn't even know they existed. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Oh. Alright, I'll do a couple more levels of this and I'll hop over to something else. I'm sure it's decently obvious, but I am playing this on the Switch. Now, I am playing it on an actual SNES controller because I cannot stand the feeling of new controllers with old games, but I know they made it. I think Thumb, you told me, if you're still here, I think you told me about it, that they made SNES controllers for the Switch. I didn't. They were great for messing with the dog. I can imagine. I think Thumb told me that they made SNES controllers for the Switch. I didn't know about that. Taking away the remasters, I think the N64 is better than the Nintendo Switch in terms of games. Yeah, so I think how many they had? Shoot, how many did they have? They had. Well, I would definitely say that more of them. Well, you know what? That's fine. There's not. I could fly up there, but I don't think it makes any sense. They had what, almost 300 games for the 64, and I'd say well over half of them weren't shovelware. I love the 64 though. I really do. I love Diddy Kong Racing. Donkey Kong 64, I remember. It won't be like the original though, something like. So I actually so the in my opinion, the SNES Classic had a remarkably accurate recreation of the original controllers, save for their grip. These are much grippier. For now, Retro, I got a jet for now. Happy birthday, and I'm glad we were able to chat for a bit. Good talking to you, Thumb. We're not already. Throw me a follow on Twitter, and we'll. Okay, hey, Go Force Gaming, thanks for dropping by. I really appreciate the birthday wishes and all that kind of good stuff. Thanks so much. I think the SNES Classic did a really great job of recreating the SNES controller. And so, minus that they did something I think is even a little bit better. Which is they added this kind of grippy texture to it. The original one was a lot smoother. But the buttons feel very similar. Everything feels really good. So I just use a, I'm just using a, I hate that. I'm just using one of those on it. I use a Wii wand and then I have it paired up to the Switch. Okay. I have it, yeah, there we go. I wanted to eat that and fly, but it wouldn't have done me any good. But yeah, I have it paired up. I have it paired up to the Switch, so it still feels really good, and the response time's really good. I'd be interested to get that. I'd be interested to get those controllers though. Dang it! I did the little bounce thing, Yoshi. You can bounce on them. I know that. I've seen you do it. Okay, I have to let you go. Alright. Dang it. A SNES. Yeah, that's what I'm using, is the SNES Mini. So, I have an 8-bit DOE adapter. It was... honestly, I want to say I paid $10 for it. And just plugs into the USB dock of the... I'm paying attention to the chat at the same time, which is definitely worth losing a cape on. I just don't want everyone to think I'm always super awful. Probably am, though. Who knows? Yeah, so there's a... it's an 8-bit DOE adapter is the one I'm using. I think, like I said, I think it cost me like $10. Okay. Oh, I unplugged. Dang it. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna jump out and just jump into another one real quick for the fun of it. I unplugged my controller from the Wii wand when I was trying to pull it out of my pocket any which way. So, whoops. No, go back in here. No. Let's see. I do know I have this issue here. But yeah, anyway, so it's an 8-bit DOE adapter. I think when I got it, I originally paid... I think I originally paid like... what is it? $10 for it. And anyway, it lets you... point being, it lets you pair up a Wii wand. And since the Wii wand is the same thing that the SNES Mini was, you can just plug it into the Wii wand. And it's got great response time and all that. Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay, that's fine. We will go to... I don't know why it is drifting up, though, and that's a little weird. Let's do this. There shouldn't be any... Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna... Just for the sake of it, I think it may be actually my Joy-Con, so 1 second. I didn't think my Joy-Cons were paired, but I pulled them off just in case that's what where that's coming from. Which I'm not entirely positive of. One of my least favorite things to do about the Switch, like I love the Switch, but the fact that there are issues with drift and all this other good stuff. If you haven't experienced it yet, I'm very glad for you. So, yeah, make a remedy to this real quick. Yeah, that's unusual. So, okay, we'll try and navigate beyond. Yeah, this is trippy. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna go to the just for the fun of it, go to the intermission screen, some music, and I'm gonna try and just do a quick little reset. So you're probably gonna see the video cap go dead for a minute and then come back. So 1 second. Didn't look like it was the controller. I went ahead and pulled the Joy-Con, undocked the station, so I don't know. That's weird. Much better. So it seems to be doing what it's supposed to do. So let's go ahead and we'll close this and jump right back in and just see if we have that issue again. Hopefully not. I'm gonna jump into one. You guys have probably already seen it, but it's just one of my favorite games to just kind of run through. And I'll just for the fun of it, I'll probably just run through the first world super fast. And like I said, if you see something on there, if you have a suggestion of something to play, obviously I'm open to new stuff. I'm just kind of sticking with stuff that that makes me happy. But I'm always happy to try new things. Excuse me. Had to hiccup. Let's get switched back over. Hey, you guys aren't hearing duplicate stuff. And the cool thing about it too is also with my NES games, since I have the NES Mini, we'll do solo. But since we did since DKC co-op, absolutely. This one is my absolute favorite. Biasedly, I know that the second one is technically, and I mean not technically from like an actual technical perspective, is absolutely superior. But for the sake of just, there's something about this one that I like. So the second one, by the time I'm in like the lava worlds, I kind of start going, ah man, I gotta do these. I don't really have a point where I'm like, I gotta do these on the third one. I feel like that they just kind of just nailed it. Yeah, but I would happily, also I think, we could even do it, if you have Switch and you have the Nintendo online membership or whatever, I mean, we could even literally do it through here and then patch. If you wanted to just play, then that's great. And if you decided you want to do it on a stream, I mean, obviously we could do that too. So I have not yet played any of these games online. I've only played them solo, so I'd probably have to get acclimated to how the online works. But honestly, yeah, I love this game. I'm gonna see how quickly I can run through the first world. I'm gonna do it as. And the other thing I noticed is I think a lot of people. Whoops! I'll go ahead and do it as Dixie for this. I do Kitty on the other one. If we wanted to do it on, I don't know. I mean, that'd be your call. I mean, I'd definitely just play the game with you. I have absolutely no qualms about that. On my side of it, I could. I mean, I can stream this side of things, and of course, since the two players on a single screen, I could capture yours, and then we could literally enter a Discord server where my audio would go into a mixer, and then that audio would come out. Yeah, it does. It definitely does. But I like it. It's just fun to kind of. It's just fun. This game does have a good flow to it in a lot of regards. Squeals on Wheels, Wheels on Wheels doesn't flow very well. This one flows a little wonky, but it's not too bad. Anyway, in the case for the stream, I know on mine, my board would we'd have a Discord server, and I would literally just run the headset out into a Y cable, 1/8 inch, and then that 1/8 inch would go into input number probably 8 or so on my board. Turn that board up so that you sound nice and clear, and I'd be able to pick you up on my stream. And then if you had the ability on your side, then obviously that would be awesome too, and we could actually do it at the same time, and people wouldn't have to choose. Obviously, I'll stream for the fun of it and keep it up for archive. I'll definitely direct people to your stream. I feel like that you're honestly. Whoops. I feel like I like the, and I don't want to diminish it. When I'm gonna say, I'm gonna use a word, but it's only because it's the word that I can think of. I like the DKC SNES trilogy far more than yes. I agree with that. So honestly, I really liked Tropical Freeze. I agree completely that I like this far better. But I did really like Tropical Freeze, and I really love the music of Tropical Freeze. I didn't honestly, to be fair, I know everybody raved about it, but I didn't care about Returns for the Wii and the 3DS. I didn't care all that much for that one. But I also, part of it is I missed the Crocs, and I know that. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. What was I doing? Oh, yeah, so I was saying for your channel, I'm just going to get the 2-up balloon. I'll leave the DK coin. 2-up balloons here. There we go. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, well, I mean, I didn't want to... I mean, obviously, if you don't like it, that's definitely your thing. What I was saying was, I think that you have the... I want to make sure that I'm not thinking of it wrong, but I feel like that your... Let me make sure I'm not wrong. Hit the save button, please. Can I hit the save button? Oh, you have to hit start. I forget about that. Goodness. Okay, there it goes. But no, I don't want to. Yeah, that's true. And so, yeah, I definitely agree that the levels drag on for way longer than they should. What I was saying is on your channel, I really like your expert versus amateur. I was gonna say the word gimmick, but I don't want to do that and then diminish the awesomeness of it. But I don't have anything like that. It's literally just me sitting down, playing games, talking to hopefully new friends. But that's pretty well it. But I kind of love the idea of seeing, and obviously do whatever you want to do on it. But I definitely would love to see expert versus amateur, or the expert amateur take on this. I think that would be fun. I would, of course, I'm going to show up to your streams any which way, but as best as I possibly can. But I would definitely love to see something like that if if ever it's in the cards. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was doing like 2,000 things at once. I was looking at the chat. I was trying to play the game, and I was actually playing the game with one hand, and I was looking at my phone. Because it's late, and I just was talking with my daughter, and so. So I couldn't get the words to form. And so I was, and also I didn't want to be impolite, of course. So I'm curious. So I love the pros, and I love the expert being Alf. I think that's also a lot of fun. What would you consider to be? I don't want to make this a full interview. I'm just curious. So, and if you don't want to indulge me, you know, no worries. But what would you consider to be the cons of it? Or, you know, just a couple if you were listing. Because I think it's super clever. I really like the idea of seeing the first time playthrough versus the you know, master playthrough, but at the same time, you know, having I would see it personally as a way to have an out if I made a mistake. Oh, amateur was playing, you know. And I don't know that you do or don't do that, but like this game I make amateur mistakes all the time, but I definitely would say I'm not to sound vain, but I'd say I'm closer to the pro side of this just because I've been playing it for, you know, 25 or so years, and I did a 103% run of it just last year on the YouTube channel. Whoops, let's go under. There's a bonus barrel up there, but I don't care. I'm not doing bonuses right now. There are several. Okay, all right. Well, fair enough. Do this. And I don't want to get into the weeds. I don't want you to get in the weeds about it. I'm definitely interested to hear what you have to say on that, because you're already in a place beyond where I am when it comes to streaming. You've done it. You know what the audiences and receptions look like. So you know, I'm not trying to pick your brain, but at the same time, it's also super nice to hear from somebody who I feel like is, you know, knows much more than I do about gimmicks and marketability and stuff. One would be, let's say, if we were doing commentary on okay, one would be, let's say, if we were to do a commentary collab on a game, it would be you, amateur, and expert. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Well, so this is another question. Is amateur... I made the assumption, but not because I knew automatically, just because I figured it'd be easier. You're voicing both amateur and expert as well as playing both parts, yes? By the way, if you are, absolute kudos to your Alf impression. It's fantastic. It definitely makes me smile. It's really good. I could see that being a funny bit of right. Well, I'm saying I could see that being kind of a, no, granted, yet again, I don't know near as much, but I could see that being kind of a funny, potentially argumentative, you know, thing. Not necessarily in more of a comical, argumentative way, but I understand where you're coming from at first. It'd be like if I was 2 Persona and then I was also trying to. The only reason I'm saying that is because your Alf is great. It's so good. Your expert voice on that is really great. So. I couldn't. It's just. I mean, I couldn't do an Alf. I know that for a fact because I've tried. Alf always made me laugh. Boink. I'm gonna take damage from him because I saw light. Dang it. That's the first time I've ever done that. Okay, we'll just do this. But no, it's a great impression. There was a time when my voice was a little different, and I was doing. My shtick was at the time, and this is a while back. My shtick was the was Peter Griffin, but that doesn't really market these days. It didn't really track these days. That would have been like shortly. Like the show now is what, 20? When did it come out? December '99, I think, is when I saw the pilot. It was an homage to a couple of family members who. That's awesome, though. That's really cool. I can't. Yeah, I couldn't do it, but I love it. I think it's fantastic. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I've never ever taken damage from those two. I've taken damage from these guys before, but like that, but never taken damage from the other. It's alright, Belcher's Barn, I get it all back, so. Yeah, like, I mean, I get what you're saying, though. In terms of a collab, you'd have everybody at the same, I mean, you know, it may be a lot. Plus, you're at the same time, it would be unfair for me to say that that would be fun when you're coordinating 66% of the voices, you know? I'm literally just having to be myself, and you're like, ah, man, what would this character, what would this persona say, what would this persona say, you know? Dixie can do this, it's just better. You know what? I'm better with Kitty doing this, honestly. He holds him at chin level. It's already it's just, yeah. But I think that's great. I really do. I liked it. It's just, it's something that, it's a gimmick. It makes it unique. It's, you know, I don't know. It's really cool. All right, that was all. Now let's see if that, I hope it doesn't, but I'm gonna see if that issue pops up again. Yes, it seems to be a specific, thing with that program, but I'm gonna jump over real quick. Boop. Boop. I think it's something that has to do with the application specifically. Maybe not. We'll see, though. I'll jump over real quick to something else. Running Retro and I are going to do a collab commentary down the line, but we might have to test it out. Maybe amateur solo or expert solo along with someone else. Okay, that'd be cool. Have someone go. Try this. Have expert solo, and then I'm not going to volunteer someone else, but if it were myself, you'd have expert solo, and then you'd have me filling in for amateur. Depending on the game, I suppose. Well, I guess that wouldn't really matter. One second, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm gonna tinker with this really quickly because I don't know if this is a specific thing or not. So I'm gonna move over to the intermission screen. That's one big reason I'm changing my channel name. I'll do an announcement in a vid sometime this week, but everyone could still call me Thumb, as Thumb will still be in the new name. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not sure what the deal is with this, so I'm not, I'm not sure what the deal is. So, but yeah, I mean, I like I said, I get that. Honestly, all of my stuff was just, I want to say everything that I have was pretty well named. by my daughter. To be completely candid, the retro room was named by her. She thought that was fun. I would talk about playing retro games. She'd say, "Oh, that's a retro room." And then the little mascot that you see up there in the chat screen that's floating his name is Squitchy. She named him. And then this particular rendition of him is kind of a glitched looking version, so it's Glitchy Squitchy. And that's her. No. I'm happy you popped in at all. Don't apologize. It's, you know, I'm never gonna take offense to somebody talking about something that they're passionate with, because thank you. She's a genius, I think. CLW Family Gaming. Hey, thanks for stopping in. How you doing? I'm looking here. I don't know what I want to do. What do I want to do? What sounds fun? Yeah. Sorry about the randomness of the stream and the shortness of it. I just thought, you know what? It's the last in where I am. It's the last couple of hours of my birthday. I thought, well, maybe I'll do something fun. Play some games, you know, stream some games. And I don't know. I was having a little bit of trouble, but I was trying to see what else I might want. You know what? I want to hop into Contra just for the fun of it. Believe it or not, I'm not actually a big advocate of the. I'm not saying advocate. That's not fair. I'm not the biggest fan of digital, but I do have a pretty expansive digital collection. It looks like, because I buy the physical copies of games, and then by the time I've bought all the physical copies and I get the gold coins, then I can get the bonus points that they give. Then all of a sudden it's like, you know what? I can go ahead and get the digital version of this game as well if I want to. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't want to let anybody down. I'm not remarkable at Contra, but I really like Contra 3. The cart that I have is actually... what did I do? Oh, I forget. God dang it. Okay. The cartridge I have for Contra 3 is... so when I was... this is... You can't play Contra online? That's garbage. I did not know that. That's garbage. Yeah, so the that's still garbage. Now it's even more garbage than it was just a minute ago. This is the one I like. I'm not gonna change the difficulty, but I do think I'm gonna give myself more lives just because I'm not the most wonderful player. I almost no death, but I failed. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna die a bunch. That's just gonna happen. I hope you guys will forgive me. I enjoy the game, but I'm not the most spectacular at it. No, I was in my original cartridge. So when I was this is another story about youth. So when I was young, up until I was about 12 or so. God dang it. Well, that's why I switched real quick and got this. We didn't have, we were dirt poor. And so we actually lived with a buddy of mine. He's been on the channel for a time for a couple of different reasons. And that was one of them. And he had this game and a SNES Mini and some other stuff. Well, when we got older and I had a job and everything, he and I are still friends, still talk. Matter of fact, he helped throw a surprise. Why did I do that? Throw a surprise birthday party for me a couple days ago. He, oh, god dang. I gotta get back into the swing of things. I have not played this in much longer than is necessary. Boink. Anyway, so when we got older and I had a job, I had a job when I got my first job when I was 15. And my first real, you know, on the books, pay taxes job. And he gave me, I bought his copy of Contra 3 along with his SNES. He was so disinterested with him at the time. He sold me he sold me this, Contra 3, Super Mario All-Stars, like a big packet of games. He sold it all to me for like $10. I didn't mean to get rid of my crush. God dang it. My crash, rather. Dang it. So yeah, so I bought, he was okay with it. He seems still to be. I mean, we're still friends, so. So I think this game's actually going for a lot more now, but you know what? I don't care. Digital's fine. This game's priceless to me. Yeah, I can't. There's no way. You guys are absolutely much more talented than I am if it comes to that. There's no way I could do a no death. I mean, you've seen. I've wasted, what, 3, 4 lives? Whoa. Yeah, it's... games are really... I didn't mean to jump into the giant meatball. Games... There are a lot of these games are tied to some really... big memories for me. For good reason, I feel like, but definitely, you know... I feel like that the way that I feel about these games are the way that my daughter will likely feel about Minecraft in a few years. When she's, you know, when she's older. Hey, every time I see that 7, I think it's where it's Daveless TV, I believe is how you say that, I think, right? Thank you. Thanks so much. I'll use these. These do more damage. Whoops. You can have those. Okay, well, whatever. Let's go ahead and use a bomb. I should have done that in the first place, but... No, thanks so much for the happy birthday wishes. I haven't seen you on any of my streams. I just decided to do this as an impromptu, and it was, out of left field, so I'm happy that anybody popped in. Honestly, it was... I sent the tweet out when it was like, 3 minutes before I was going to go live. I was just like, you know, I'm going to jump on if anyone wants to. I apologize, I haven't been able to chat in yours a ton. It's been crazy. I have gotten to hop on and watch some of your WoW stuff, but I just haven't gotten to interact very much. I've been having, God dang it, now I'm focused too much on... Okay, let's knuckle down a little bit here. All right. But anyway, I've been having some... Whoops! That's what I was trying to do. No, I wasn't gonna make it. Let's try this again without the failure. Oh, thanks. No, I appreciate it. Like I said, I had a great day, but I thought, you know what? It'd be fun to just play some games and apparently die a whole bunch. I have not played this game. When I played this game last, I played much better than this. So that means that the last time I played this game was either a long time ago or I'm garbage. Probably a combination of both. That's okay. I'm having fun. Still confusing with my... Is it... I'm curious, because your name changed. What did your... Because you're... And yet again, no offense intended, but you're different than BFG Gaming, right? But yeah, Daveless, with yours, I was saying, I apologize. I've gotten to stop in and see some of your streams, watched some of your WoW stuff. I've had some issues with when I catch the streams being able to chat. I've also been having phone issues, though, to be completely candid. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to get another phone. Mine is getting to the point of where when I comment on certain streams, YouTube specifically, though it seems to be the worst on, my comments will get eaten. The laser didn't work like this in the 2D, and I love the fact that it works this way in 3D, because it's so much better. Oh, you're Chris James. Okay, okay. Yep, I am sorry. I know the old username. I didn't realize that was the transition, but now I will remember that. My apologies. Oh, well, I got swarmed. All right, well, fine. We're using these then. Here we go. Mass death and chaos. I hate these little bridges. I know where they are. I just don't like them. Oh no, I enjoy. I'll be straightforward. I don't play WoW. I like to watch it. I just don't really get to play it. Ah, dang it! You don't have very many. I know you can do. You can sit there and hit him right off the bat, but you don't get very much time. I enjoy WoW. I enjoy watching WoW. I don't tend to play it. It was and if I'm being completely honest, it's not because I don't like the game. It was the experience was kind of ruined from me. Several years ago, I had we'll say a roommate at that time. I live in my own house, but he was staying here as well until he got some stuff taken care of. And he was kind of a min-maxer type of guy. And so if you weren't kind of doing things exactly the way that he said do them, then he wouldn't... You're not going to go up in the air? All right. Then he would... I mean, you just sit there and get berated by him and his whole squad. And I'm like, I don't want to be the weak link in anyone's chain. I just came here to have fun, you know. Gotcha. I can't really see, and I apologize, I can't really see your icon here, and I don't know if I've had the opportunity to interact with you since you've changed. Maybe I haven't, I just didn't. I'm going to say it's on me no matter what. I'm going to put it on my, I'm going to say it's on me no matter what. So my apologies, but I'll remember now. There we go. Wait, America. Hi, Video. Vidi. I almost called you Video. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Happy birthday. I very much appreciate everybody who's dropped in and who's dropping in and wished me a happy birthday. It's very kind of you. Oh, well. See, this is the only one where the flamethrower doesn't necessarily suck, and at the same time, god dang it. Don't do that. I didn't jump. It spawned me there. Oh, well, thank you. I hope. Oops. I hope to be. I try to be. I am really angry at this game. I love this game. It's not actual anger, but my goodness. There we go. Whoops. It's not, I really wish I had the flamethrower for those bugs that come here in a minute. These guys. Oh, but I love the music of this. You don't need it, but I'll kill them. I know they spawn infinitely, so I'm just going to do this for now and clear the... And then you get a random one that just dies over here. Poink, there he is. Oh, thanks, Thumb. That's perfectly okay. I'm just happy you came to hang out. I don't want to be there. He's got... No, I don't think I'm gonna... I don't typically... So my channel has a thing on it about rage quitting. That's not me, actually. It was... When I started filming videos for my channel was in mid-2016. I put my first video up in August of 2017, but I started in mid-2016. It was my brother. And my... Oops. I wasn't on the right rail. And my brother was playing Spy Hunter for the... Whoops. For the NES. And he got mad and said a bunch of... what was I say? He said a whole bunch of profanities, and rightfully so. Oh, that's what I needed, but not this angle. I don't usually rage quit. I'll like right now I'm just playing little bite-sized chunks of games that I enjoy. But I'm usually pretty... If I don't like a game, I'll usually still see it through to the end. If I get, you know... One of the games I honestly enjoyed, Go down. Dang it. One of the games I can say that I almost rage quit on was Castlevania. That's fine. Was Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, the fight against, is it a spoiler? That game's been out for a while now, right? It's not a spoiler to say you fight Satan, right? There it is. The fight against Satan, though. Oh, dang it. It's this thing I hate right up here. This thing that follows you. I don't like it. But yeah, no. Anyway, yeah. Thank you everybody who's dropped in and said happy birthday. Even if you didn't say happy birthday, you just dropped in to say hi and hang out for a minute or two. Thanks so much. I can't explain how nice it is to have a group of people that'll drop in and show some support, and it's very, very, I don't know how to say it, but thank you. Castlevania is my, oops. Castlevania is my favorite franchise. Oh, I'm not better at it, but I like it. I haven't played one Castlevania game, but I bought the one on Switch with the older games. Yeah, well, maybe I can do this. Let me boink. This one. Boink. And you see the other icon on there. That's my beautiful significant other's icon, Annie. But Anna. She got herself on there as Annie, but Anna. This is actually, it's really cool. I'm playing with the SNES controller. You got the whole spiel, so you already know, but I am on the Switch, but I am playing with a SNES controller via an 8-bit doe pair. As hard as the first Yeah. So my favorite Castlevania is also the Castlevania that I have passed the fewest amounts, the fewest time. It was $5? Wow. I think that's not bad. I think I paid $10 for it back when it came out, so if you got it for $5, it's well worth it. My favorite one's Dracula's Curse, but I've passed it the least amount of times. Just, hey Omega Ace, how you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for coming in, rather. I wouldn't say stopping by. I don't know when. Thanks for coming in. There we go. I guess minus these. So it's really cool. It happened to be that the conversation drifted that way. I swear I didn't do it. I think you got messages too, but yeah. You'll have a new Castlevania game to play fairly soon, I hear, too. Castlevania. So this one's great. I think these two I've passed the least, but out of all the mainstream games, my favorite one, the third one, was the one I passed the least. And then I really like, I'm going to do just a little bit of 4. Probably going to be awful, but they give you the Japanese versions. And, God, the music of that's so good. The Japanese version of 3 actually had, the Super Famicom was more advanced than our, Viddy, you may be able to attest to this more, or anybody else who's from across the way. But I think it was better. It was more powerful than our, in terms of sound cards. I believe it had dual sound cards, or sound chips, rather. And ours didn't. And you could actually get far superior, I said Super Famicom, but Famicom. You could get far superior music out of it. So the music of the Japanese version is better. 4's music is the exact same, but from Japanese to the US, but the US version censored the blood. And there's a... we'll just hit start real quick, and I'll see if it... in the intro, I may actually have already... Yeah, I did. But in the intro, there's a tombstone with a Christian cross. I'm just saying that for sake of describing the shape of it. And that got censored out of the American version. Yeah, I like it. No, I played the first one now that I think about it, but I got stuck on one, didn't know what to do, so I stopped. The game is super hard. The Castlevania games are notoriously difficult games, and I would argue that several of the Castlevania, difficulty-wise, with retro games, Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden, I would argue that this is probably, in terms of overall difficulty in a retro franchise, to me this is probably second place. Ninja Gaiden's probably 3rd place, and I'd put this after like the Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Demon Crest. You know, I'd put this just after that. But I don't think those games are as fun. But yeah, anyway, the Japanese version didn't censor the blood nor the Christian cross off of the tombstone. The Christian cross part of it is like, I don't, you know, whatever, but the blood intro is definitely cool. I never understood why we censor some of the stuff we censored. I understood like in Ultima, whoops, in some of the like Wizardry and some of the Ultima games, I think we also censored some of the outfits for the female characters. There we go. I'll just do that. I was gonna throw a knife, but there's no point. I get the boomerang. The Holy Cross. And 4's fun because since you hadn't. All right, you know what? Forget you. I'm gonna come down there. I'm gonna take your chicken. I wasn't going to. Didn't need it, but now I'm taking it. 4's fun because they tried to like throw all the stops in it. It's not my favorite one, but I love it still the same. They tried to throw all the stops at it, so like Simon can do like he can swing. You'll see that in the first level. They changed the sub-weapon button, so normally in the games the to throw a weapon up in that box, you had to hit the up button at the same time you hit attack. And when you're on stairs, that's a nightmare. So with this one, you tap the right bumper or the shoulder button. This is cool because you can. Whoops. Come on. I want to do it from far away just for the fun of it. You could whip in 8 directions. That was cool. And that was the first, because in the older ones you can only whip. I mean, and there's a big delay as well. Let's just do this. There we go. Boink. But yeah, so this was good. The music but to me, I don't know. 3's great. The music's good. The difficulty's good. You get to change characters, play as characters. The music of this game is still fantastic, no doubt. I do like Dracula X's music a little bit better if I had to pick up the SNES games. Just from the 2 SNES games. Because there's the one where you're in the cave. What is it? I think it's the 3rd level. Maybe I'm wrong. But the music seems a little chill. Yeah, no, 4 definitely has great music. It seems like some of the levels, the music's a little bit chill for it. Like you're fighting Dracula, you're gonna. I don't know what they later got named Oons. I don't know what I think they're called something else in this one actually. I don't remember what they're called. There's something weed, something I don't remember. But they're called Oons in the Harmony series, or the. Whoops. I almost didn't get that. And then these are just called ghosts. Doesn't make a lot of sense. They're horses. Yeah, but like, yeah, I like the music from it. It's just, I guess, I don't know. Like, some of it's a little too, like, the music here is great, but then it seems like some of it's just a little too chill for these, like, epic boss, like, the epic world that you're in and these big boss fights and stuff. Like, Bloody Tears and then the Bloody Tears and the beginning, to me, those are the iconic, like, Castlevania songs. But I'm biased. There's chicken up on one. It's not that one. Whoops. There it is. They aren't supposed to be chicken. I call them chicken. It's supposed to be a pork chop, but that don't look like a pork chop. It look like chicken. Whoops. Forgot about him. Go away. In case you're not aware, there's another There's another Castlevania in a separate Konami collection called Haunted Castle. Thumb and I know the game well. So I don't know the game remarkably well. I have that one on PlayStation. I think the stage music. Yeah, that could be. I think that they were, and that's probably a good point. They're probably trying to go for the like, fitting like the water in the cave, and that makes sense. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's probably just preference. Yeah, I think Haunted Cat. I could be wrong, but I believe Haunted Cat. They sold the Haunted Castle game in the Arcade Classics collection, which I didn't shell the $10 out for. Get off that. Just because I didn't know if I'd play those as much. But I did buy Haunted Castle on the PS4. Dang it. I usually just brute force this guy. Oh, he'll break, and then I'll jump over here and I'll throw this knife at him, and that'll kill him. There we go. Do it! Cool pose. But yeah, Haunted Castle, by the way, if I'm thinking of the correct one, that thing is hard. Like, these games are hard, but that game's hard. And also, Simon has black hair, and I don't think that matches very much. I have very, the games are fine, I just have very specific... The Arcade Archives Haunted Castle is a standalone. Yep. Okay, yeah, that's the one. See, that's the other thing about these guys. Like, these hands are just an inconvenience at best. You're like, there we go. Sometimes it's kind of hard to get them. Oh, I didn't do any moonwalks. I should have done a moonwalk. I'll do one in a minute. As soon as, just because I don't know. I like doing the moonwalk on these. Haunted Castle. Oh, thank you. I don't know. I'm a little bit more. I'm gonna be on. Oh, he throws this baby spider. I'm a little nervous as well, so I apologize for my playing is not gonna be top notch. Regardless, I'm definitely not a pro. I'm just an enthusiast, but I'm also a little nervous. You guys have like, especially Omega Ace, after having seen you go through that ridiculously hard. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. It's a game I wanted to try to see if they had it on Switch, but they only have it on PC. But seeing you go through that, and then now I'm doing something that, you know, we've had 25 years to brush up on. I'm still not good at it, even though I love it. A little embarrassed, but I don't care. I'm having, like I said, I'm having fun. I can't miss whenever people play that game. I practically put Haunted Castle streams before real life responsibilities. I would love if that stream wouldn't just be me repeating the first level over and over again and then quitting the stream after about 4.5 minutes. That game is hard. But I do like the intro. I like the intro. So for anybody who is a castle, oh, thank you. No, that makes me feel a lot better. I really, very much appreciate that. Primal Light. There we go. I thought it was digital on Switch. I thought so too, but I only could find it on PC. Or I could find listings on Steam. If it's on here, I'll get it. That game looked amazing. Just watching your playthrough of it made me want to get that. Go away. Oh, god dang it. Friggin' zombie doesn't get me, but I get hit by the 2 friggin' porcupines? Come on. Dang. Haha. Hit the exit, so direct showing soon. Thoughts and protect. We talked, I think Thumb and, we had Goat in here as well earlier. And, I don't know. I think that the predictions that were being made were 35th anniversary collection. And gets more. Thumb, if you get a chance, if ever you want to, if ever you do, actually, not want to, if ever you do it by happenstance, a run of that, I'd love to see it, archived or otherwise. I'd love to catch it live, because that game is so I'm not getting that. That game's so difficult. Thanks, Omega, and your tips rock to Omega. Oh, yeah, oh, fantastic. That's great to see that. I was reading something and I thought, well, thanks. But then, nope, never mind. Stay away. Nope. Go. Those frogs are the bane of my existence. They're like the frickin' owls in the 3rd game. The one that when you're going to get Sypha. Well, you leave me alone. When you're gonna go get Sypha, go. Simon's this big old guy, thighs of steel, partially armored, leather covering everything that's you know, hurtable, supposedly. I'm gonna go ahead and get the chicken. There it is. Okay. And friggin' common tree frogs. Nah, it's not even tree frogs. There are no trees around here. Common frogs and a couple of birds. Although, I don't know, the birds are good. I want a pet raven. You can't have them. but they're supposedly comparable. Their intelligence is supposedly comparable to like a 7-year-old child. I don't think that makes them more able to hurt you. I just think it makes them want to hurt you, or know that they want what they want more. Give me that chicken. Ow. No. Going to fight Dracula, killed by a frog. Can you imagine that? If newspapers existed, I think this game doesn't have a timeline, but if we follow the Lament of Innocence timeline, we can safely assume that this probably falls somewhere in the, like, what, 1500s or something? Ah, no. Oh, this is a, Hold on, I'm just gonna do that. I thought in the Japanese one, Medusa was a girl, was a woman. But it looks like they kept it as a guy. Huh. Either that or my eyes are just off. Also, I should have apologized in advance. I didn't realize it. The aspect ratio on this is stretched. I do like this in full screen, and since the game had a menu option where it was not going to completely distort things, I did put it in 16, because I'm playing this on a... Because I'm playing it on the Switch, I am playing it on an HD television. Maybe Ninja Gaiden and Smash. That would be cool. I think... I'm sorry, I got off topic. I think... a couple of things that were said was a Zelda 35th anniversary compilation, kind of like they did with the Mario 3D All-Stars. That would be cool. I would love to see, and I've been wanting this ever since the first Mario Maker. Let's see. Whoops. I'm going to take a pause really quick. If a frog killed Belmont, it'd likely get his own throne, a tiny cape all down the street. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine seeing that little frog and then walking up to Dracula, and it's like, with the fantastic... I don't remember who did the voice of him in the Netflix series. Quit! Don't do that. In the... We'll use the Castlevania Lords of Shadow voice. That was Robert Carlyle. And just imagine him just... Well done. Thank you, my good and faithful frog servant. He didn't do... No, I have to soften the R. I didn't do it right. He's Scottish. I didn't do it right. But you get it. Don't make it limit... Yeah, I think they said that the Mario one was supposed to go away next month or something like that. I mean, I snatched it up just because I love those games. But I still would love to see a Zelda Maker. And Chrono from Chrono Trigger. Don't make... okay, wait, yeah, I know I read that one, so... okay. Like Chrono and Friends. Frog. Luca. That would be cool. That would be really cool. Magus, however you say his name. I can't. I can't. Chrono Trigger, yeah. I would love to see another on that same topic. I'd love to see another installation of that. I'd love to see another Chrono game. I currently only have 3 games in the Chrono series, I believe, which are Chrono. Oops. We're gonna get some slowdown here in a second. Yep, there it is. 3 games in the Chrono series. Goodness, I couldn't say it. Chrono Trigger, of course, for SNES. And then Radical Dreamers, which is the choice-driven novel for the in-between. And then, of course, Chrono Cross for PS1, which is okay. But I'd love to see another... I'd also love to see... that was another thing I kind of recently had to stumble on. I'd love to see an official, like, ad of, like, Terranigma, since we didn't really get the opportunity to experience that. Robert killed it in that role. I honestly really loved him as Gabriel. I thought that was cool. What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. I love his voice, though. I think Robert Carlyle has a great voice for... Well, just in general, I guess. I don't really need this, but I'll take it. If there's a Zelda Maker, I hope it's better than the Dungeon Maker and Link Awakening. Good but flaw. I would think that they would be able... I would hope that they would be able to really polish up on that, seeing how much TLC they've put into Super Mario. I've only played a tiny bit of Cross, but from that I cannot tell if we... Whoops! Equal or anything. It's really, really... Terranigma added to the Switch online or something. That's what I'm hoping, because we didn't really get Terranigma. Chrono Cross is okay. Trigger's really good. And that's the thing. I think there's been it's been, I think, for a while now, but there's been sort of a resurgence of retro-themed games. So I feel like that, that would be a, I don't know, I feel like that would be a thing to revive in that format, in that pseudo-retro style. It wasn't crazy, but the music to Chrono Cross. Yeah. No joke, if I ever have a son, I'm going to name him Gabriel. I think that Carlisle's performed. Oh, absolutely. It's a great name for a number of reasons, but if that is the inside reason, I fault you not. My children would all have jacked up names. My daughter's name, to be completely fair, my daughter's name is, I wouldn't say it's a jacked up name, I think it's a very pretty name, but it's not exactly commonplace, I wouldn't say. So. But then again, neither is she. She's spectacular, and so her name should be equally so and unique. I think the music in Cross is also good the first time you go to another place, whatever it is. Yeah, I do agree with that. They did a really good job of theming, but I do agree, I mean, the other problem I think you run, whoops, the other problem I think you, God dang it, Simon. Friggin', if this was your granddad, we wouldn't be having this trouble. I'd love a Castlevania 3 in the style of Castlevania 4 getting to play as Trevor. That would be awesome. I get my old lore and my new lore mixed up, but I think Simon in the new lore it's a lot easier to know who Simon is, but in the old lore I think Simon was Trevor's grandson. I think Christopher was his dad, Christopher Belmont. And then I think after Chris it was Simon. So but no, with Chrono Trigger, it's really hard to top. Whoops! I knew that was going to happen, so I just might as well bite the bullet. They had made what was in a lot of regards a near perfect game, especially for the time. I mean, even compared to some real stunning games like Final Fantasy 3/6. And so I think it was really just hard to both translate that game to the 3D / menu based, the kind of medium they were going up against at that time, in addition to living up to the standard they had already set years prior. Trigger's music I consider quite possibly the greatest in gaming. Bit of a big call, I know, but that's what I chose in 2018. Trigger's music. Yeah, so I was gonna say that earlier, and I completely jumped way too early. I completely didn't. If you're a Castlevania fan, there is I believe it's 18 CD soundtrack. It's a box set. I believe it runs for about 250. I don't know how much it runs for now, but I think it ran for about 250 bucks. But it literally was a complete compendium of all of the music that's been in the games up to that point, including the DS games, right? So including the Order of Ecclesia and Portrait of Ruin and I'm trying to think of what the other one is. It's Soma, but I can't think of what the name of it is right now. Dawn of Sorrow, DS. I'm looking to get... Yeah, but when you listen to some of the tracks, I got it way back when it kind of first came out. And when you listen to some of those tracks, you just, it's hard. It's hard for video game music to be that good, in my opinion. I have that box. It was gifted to me. That is... Oh my gosh. What did I do? Why did I look at the chat and then immediately look at my objective, nod my head to myself, say, yep, that ring, and then completely whip in midair and whiff and just fall? I let you guys know how embarrassing that looked, as well as you got to see how embarrassing it was. There was no excuse. Like, I was reading the chat, and I completely turned my head back to the game, completely focused, saw the ring, whiffed. That was not me reading the chat. That was me screwing up. Sorry. Some Castlevania soundtracks were never released outside of that box, including... Yeah. Well, and like, it's funny to me, but like, so the Wii Castlevania, what was it? Castlevania Judgment. Like, that game even, the game's not bad. It's definitely, as far as fighter games go, it's not Soul Calibur good, but in terms of games of that nature, you know, where you have the weapons and such. But it's like the music, they definitely put their heart and soul into Castlevania music. I honestly, Order of Ecclesia has some of my, if I had to pick favorite music, Order of Ecclesia has some of my favorite music, as well as Symphony has some that I really like, and I love Dracula X's soundtrack. That's cool. I have to pay more now because of me being unaware. Yeah, it's like I can't think of game. It's hard to think of game music being much better than that. It has to be really iconic in my... Why do I always do that? It's the worst thing to do. Judgment Day. Yeah, no, I apologize. I'm reading into the microphone, and I'm aware of that. It's just me. My chat monitor's mounted up on a wall, so I read out loud to make sure I'm digesting it properly, because sometimes I don't see it right, and if I say it out loud, I'll kind of catch what I messed up on, so. But I can't exactly get away from the microphone either. It's just right here. Away, bat. The platforming in this, Castlevania 3 has that super tight jump at the very end, or towards the very end, with the little, like, seesaw things. Some of these jumps are tight, like, way tighter than they need to be. This one right here, for example, boom. I know I can just download those Castlevania for free. Oh, hold on. I'm going to read this. Thank you, Merman. Download it for free, but since I like collecting physical items... Oh, thank you. No worries about reading. Go away, Merman. Not you guys. Sorry. I get really upset when these guys... I don't know. These guys make me mad. I really hate them in... Uh-oh, I forgot about that. I really hate them in Bloodlines, though. I love Bloodlines, too. Bloodlines has got such good music, you know? Okay, I'm gonna let these... 1, 2, 3, 4... Okay. Yeah, I had forgotten that those crumble. Uh-oh! Knockoff Beholder. There we go, there's some moonwalking. I had this first set of stairs I've paid attention to. Bone Dragon. But another thing, like I love Castlevania. Castlevania did, they did, what was it, like a 4-issue comic book? Yeah, I hate the Merman. They looked a lot cooler in Bloodlines. It's so weird to do that, though, because Bloodlines is one of the few exceptions where we actually got the version with all the blood. And then the new generation got all the blood was water, especially in the intros. Instead of all red, it was all blue. I was like, come on, guys. This is about Dracula. Can you imagine what would happen if you replaced blood with water? Dracula's, like in ours, it's like, Dracula's gone after the village people. He's draining them of their life force. In the new generation, it's like, Dracula's thirsty. He didn't want to go to the kitchen for a glass of water. Like, that takes all the danger out of it. Also, Dracula becomes a normal guy. Like, uh-oh, I bumped my head. Yeah. Yeah, so, and I believe that's Simon's dad. It's pretty dark, too. At the, no spoilers, but it's very beginning when Dracula turns his kid. That's, I don't think that's really, god dang it, now I've done did screw myself. Okay, there we go. If you're asking yourself how I did that, so am I. Uh-oh. Boom, boom. But yeah, it was, those comics were actually pretty cool. I like I said, all things Castlevania. Castlevania is just such a, Hey, Quesadilla Padilla, how you doing? Whoops. Thanks for stopping by. It was a completely impromptu, just random birthday stream. I literally just said, hey, I'm gonna hop on and play some games that make me happy. And I was fortunate enough to have some really great people who decided to stay and visit for a little bit, and I love that. So, but thank you for being among those people. Boink. Uh-oh, that's an oon. I'm sorry. Those other things aren't. This is an oon. Here they are. Still don't like it. Oh, no, there we go. Okay, let's try. That's what I wanted to do right there that first time, and I didn't. It's just such a tight, like a tight window. I hope you're having a good. I think your time is an hour ahead, actually. QP. So if I'm not mistaken, it's just a little after midnight over there. But I hope your early morning / late night is going well. There we go. I could also be very wrong about that. I love that franchise. Oh, thanks. Thank you so. You might have, honestly. It's been overwhelming how generous people have been with their birthday wishes, and I'm very appreciative for it. Thanks so much for everybody. It's just very. Oh. Thank you, QP. I didn't see that, and also I'm not real great with Spanish. I apologize. I am endeavoring to be a polyglot, but at the moment I only know smatterings of a couple of languages. My most competent ones are French, or my most competent in understanding, I should say. They are French and High German, and I can do smatterings of Swahili as well and Japanese, but I don't have any. I'm not fluent in any of them. To be completely clear. And honestly, I want to learn Spanish really badly. Boy, this is okay. Hey, just everybody, go. Party's over. Bye, birds. Sheesh. Oh, nice. Very nice. That is awesome. I'm gonna make the prediction Cold War. All right, yeah, I could use that pork chop. Thank you. Boy, that was awful. That was just absolutely awful. Sorry for the excessive moonwalking, but I know it's not necessary. I just like doing it for the fun of it. Plus, there's oop. If I messed up on that again, I knew it was gonna. I know a little bit of Nepalese. Oh, that's awesome. I do not know any of that. That is epic. Oh yeah, this is the okay, never mind. I know where we are. I want to learn as many languages. My theory is I want to learn as many languages as I can, because then I can speak to the maximum amount of people. And that's just there's something nice about being able to talk to people. Especially in their native tongue. I like to travel too, and I love being able, if I'm gonna go to visit with somebody who may, whoops. If I'm gonna go to visit with somebody who, you know, if I did it. Okay, cool. I'm getting a little nervous. I'm sorry. This is the repeat of the dual dragon fight from 3, but it's a little more difficult for me. I want to be able to speak in their native tongue is what I was trying to say. My goodness. Modern Warfare. I'm looking to get Cold War. Oh no, that's a great choice. If I jump in I just jump in the hole. Okay, there we go. Okay, sorry, I got nervous and I just prattled on there for a second. Yeah, I just like the idea of being able to talk to people in their native tongue, you know. I just feel like that's something nice about it. And there's also something really cool about being able to switch back and forth. So, thank you so much, Omega. Oh, I forget these guys just watch you. I have Cold War. It's great. It was kind of cool to see. I'm also fluent in Magaya. That is awesome. There we go. Goodness. Okay. That's awesome. I want to learn more. I'm gonna work on. I'm kind of throwing away. I did High German because why not? Ironically, there are actually quite a lot of in the area of Texas that I am. There are actually quite a lot of French and German speakers. And of course my family is. Some of my family were born and raised in Louisiana, and so there's an extra level of French that gets thrown into that. But then also where we are, we have a lot of German speakers as well. And read French, but I don't want to be put on the spot. It'd be. I wouldn't put you on the spot any which way. I'm not. It's not like if somebody's just as far as if somebody tells me that they can do something, unless it's just absolutely out of the, like if you tell me, oh, I can bench press more than Atlas himself, I'm probably gonna ask you to. I'll probably be like, wow, that's cool. Show me. Ah, dang it, I didn't hit the button fast enough. I probably had asked to see that but you know, lifting the world's kind of heavy sometimes. But if you're like, I can speak a couple of languages, like, no, I'm gonna put you on the spot. That's awesome. I wouldn't put you on the spot either way. I'm just messing with you. That would be completely impolite, but I would be interested to see if you happen to be able to lift the world. I love how passive those guys are. Okay. Whoops! Whoops! I looked over at the dang it, I got cracked up. I looked over at the chat. I read what your thing was. I giggled at that, and I immediately proceeded to do the dumbest thing ever, which made me laugh even harder. Quit that. Sorry, that got me. That made me laugh. Oh man. My puns are corny indeed. No, that was funny. It was funny enough. It was in that level where it was definitely in that level of where it caught me off guard enough to make me laugh. And then I did something to exacerbate the circumstance, but still, go. I've always wondered what bone. Whoops. Go. I've always wondered what bone that those skeletons are thrown at you. Obviously, they've only got 200 and something to throw, but like if they're throwing a toe bone, that looks like if they're throwing like their toe bones at you, those probably aren't going to do a lot of damage. And if they're throwing their femurs, they've only got 2 shots before they stop being able to walk. Let's just I need the axe. Yeah, that was tough. It's because I you know how they are, but at the same time, I don't know, it made me laugh. No regrets. I laughed. I got a good laugh out of it. It was worth it. Yeah. I think everybody in the chat's probably played this game, so you know exactly how sensitive those little platforms are. Like the very second you hit them, you got to hit that button, or otherwise you're whoops. The very second you hit them, you got to hit that button. Nope. God dang this thing. Or otherwise you're messed up already. You're out of luck. See, like that one right there. God dang it. You got to hit it just right then and right the way it wants to be. There's a rhythm, you can feel it. It's just there we go. I do feel like it's also easier to get your inputs eaten there, but that's not me trying to make excuses. That's just me saying I think that's probably the case. Whoops. I don't think it excuses any of my jumps so far. But okay, good. Go. Okay, that's fine. There we go. There's a like it's like a sweet spot. I don't know. It feels like a sweet spot where if I hit the button right that second, then I can immediately glide. I mean, like glide off the platform. But if I hit it a millisecond later, I'm just messed up. I'm just screwed. Okay, this is the giant tongue skull boss, I believe. This, uh-oh, I forget he comes in the middle. Look, just go. Just go. Nobody asked for this. The vampire skull. I never noticed that, though. I'm gonna die here, though, aren't I? What's the... Okay, so I got a question on this. This is one boss that's real hit and miss with me. What's the... Oh, I hate that it brings you all the way back here. What's what's the easiest way to defeat him? Don't think that this is funny, but kind of funny. I have the Canadian Zelda ALTTP box and the manual. I don't know why I read that all out. ALT, A Link to the Past. Yes, box manual, and I don't have the English box or manual. Well, it's weird. Okay, I'm curious. How did you come? Whoops! I almost fell down the stairs. Simon, you shouldn't have to worry about that problem for at least another 30 years, bud. Okay. There we go. And you just... I don't think so. I think his like Tungulus comes at you. Tungulus, by the way, if anyone's ever played it, that's an awful game. Don't get it. It's on Steam, but I like the word. Yeah, what how did you come across the Canadian version but not the English version? Or I say not the English version. I mean, obviously Canada's English and French predominantly. Is it both, or is it just French, or? And that's fine. You see that? See, that's what I'm talking about. That platform, even though I jumped off of it, didn't even... Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the mic. Didn't even rotate. So there's a little bit of a... I feel like that there's an invisible hitbox on it, and then you can hit that invisible hitbox, and if it's a pixel-perfect jump, then you can glide right off of it. But if not... Whoops, dive bombing bat, forgot that. Yeah, so he comes out here, but he's in... You can't... Like, there's rocks that fall, and then he'll jump up and do this. But he's incorporeal, so it doesn't make it... I'm going to just brute force him, and this will beat him. But I'll die, too. Dang it, and it didn't beat him. It took a peg of health. What do you do? Like, what's the strategy? Because on this one, it's real hit and miss. Sometimes I'll brute force him just fine, and then sometimes I can't seem to get a hit. And it's not usually him that hurts me. It's the frickin'... the frickin' almond rocks that fall from the sky. Because after that, it's really cool. I get to go into mode 7, but like that's always real hit and miss. I don't know if there's there's not really a strategy or pattern he follows in my... I think I got the Canadian French version back. Huh, okay. It's funny how we end up with things like that in our collection. I don't have anything that cool. I do have a Korean Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare. The Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare 1, I guess it would be. Their titles are getting to be as bad as the Xbox One and versus the original Xbox. But their games are getting better, in my opinion. But yeah, so yeah, what do you do? I mean, does anyone have a strat that's just... Oh, god dang, this dive bombing bat. I could have just brute... Okay, whatever. I usually just whack away to my bat. Yeah, that's probably the best idea. It's just like... They're so widely spread, and then at the same time, it's every time you hit him. Whoops. And I can't, like... Okay, there we go. I only got one peg of health, but at least I'll make it through to the next piece. Goodness. I usually just wait. Yeah, I try. Like I said, I don't know. It's just tough. Also, this is my last, so if I do that, I have to start from... Well, maybe not. I will say I love this song. Some Mode 7 stuff is real cool here. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, Viddy. I really appreciate it. Thank you for dropping in and visiting. Thanks for the birthday wishes, the whole 9 yards. Thank you, Omega. Thank you. Okay, so this is... I learned this from Funk Doc, but I can't do it perfectly, and I don't... It's, I believe, where it's right in the middle. Josh the Funk Doc speedrunner. I believe this is the right position. It's looking like the right position. But if you just drop the whip down like this, the Medusas will just float into it. And it technically, the whip has an overlap of your hurt box, so it doesn't, they can't really do much to hurt you. I better I didn't give myself a lot of slack to swing over there, did I? Nope, but I did it. That's okay. Thank you. Yeah, I love watching speedruns of this game. And, well, any Castlevania. And 2013, Josh the Funk Doc did almost all of them, and he is really good at it. If anybody watches the GDQ, formerly A and S GDQ, respectively, I highly recommend watching his runs from 2013. He did that. He also did Holy Diver, if anybody's ever played that. Very Castlevania E. And it's really cool to just watch him demolish them. Thank you. He says, yeah, he says something. It's one of the, when he does it, he says something about like hanging out West Coast style. I have absolutely no idea what that means, but he said it, and then he did that. And so I learned that part of it. I didn't have the wherewithal to look up what he meant by the other phrase or whatever. I'm not sure how far west you have to be before you start hanging your whip completely down. And I mean that literally. I don't mean that as an allegory for something. Or a euphemism. So. Holy Diver is super tough. I love the game, but it's so difficult. I believe it's an actual, I think the actual character, like, you're playing as Dio, right? I'm gonna die. Didn't make it. Where do I start? Do I start at the... Well... Here we go. I'm gonna give this a shot again, just because I'm enjoying this. I love... Let me pause real quick. Speak so many people, so many different countries: Mexican, Colombian, all of Latin American. You can even understand a little bit of Portuguese and Italian. So yeah, I love that. And then I'm in Texas, so we have a ton of people from Mexico that live here that still, you know, they don't speak any English. They just speak Spanish. I'd love to be able to speak to them too. There's no... There we go. I don't feel like that, I mean, if they can't understand English, then that's cool. Why can't I just switch over and talk to them in Spanish and say, hey? I know enough to say hi. It's like, I get that, but it's just, I don't know. I wish I knew enough to speak fluently to people. I think that's great. That's one of the things I like about in your stream, and I QP, I think you probably have done it. I don't know if I've picked it out. God dang it. If I picked it out, I know Omega definitely does switch back and forth between speaking English and Spanish, and I think that's awesome. So I just wish I knew. I wish I knew it for many reasons, but if nothing else, just so I could speak to more people. Well, I tell you, this guy. It's I don't know. It's just something I'm gonna have to work on. I don't know what the best learning. I had very little Spanish in high school. I had French when I was in high school, and then in college I didn't take language courses. I just took have to learn a language. Oops, sorry, I bumped the microphone. Fluently as you get older, but still, yeah, it's switching languages on the fly can be very confusing at times. You do it so well, though. Like you seem to do it so well. I know that you had made mention on the last stream that I caught you on that you well, that was lucky. You made that was unlucky. You made mention that you kind of would, in some cases, get stuck in one language for a little while, but still, that's no big deal. That's like you were still doing famously. Yeah, I thought that had to do with because so we have I believe this is the case, and please correct me if I'm way off base here. But as we get older, we start to increase, I believe, what's called crystalline IQ that is what we it's no longer our capacity to learn, but it's our retenance of what we have learned. And so we become better at remembering and worse at learning new things. Versus I don't remember what the other form of IQ is, the other major form. But I think that's the case. It's just kind of a scale. And, ooh, I did it. So. How's the weather in my part of Texas? It is very snowy. It is very icy, very snowy. Very few clear roads. I love it. I'm just gonna wail on this guy. I love it though. I love this. We don't get snow. We don't get snow every year. And so I absolutely love it. But it's dangerous if you have to drive. My job I can office from home. So it's been, yeah, basically can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yeah, my job is I do from home, so it doesn't require me to be out in it. So I like it. But for anybody who has to be out in it, like, obviously I want the weather conditions to get better for you guys, because that's, I'm off. Dang it. I saw that I was not lined up. Yeah, we don't get snow very often. It's so in my little part where I am, it's very. We have summer for most of the year. Our winters generally, you know, we'll have like 2 weeks maybe of a weather in the 30s and 40s. I don't think this is I'm gonna be able to line it up as well with the leather whip. Nope. It's so hard to line up with the leather whip. Can I just do this? Okay, I'm fine with that. I'll take 6 pegs. Anyway, we get maybe 1 or 2 weeks of snow, or I'm sorry, of winter weather, which is weather that is 40s and 30s typically. And then we usually get maybe a month at most, a year of rain, and then most of it is desert. We get... Yes, you can moonwalk. You start up the stairs and then hit the opposite direction and up at the same time, and you can moonwalk. But yeah, but most of the time we get summer. Most of the time it's all summer for us, and it's temperatures will get to. But they'll be usually we're 100 and we're anywhere between 100 and 115 degrees, depending on the time of year and the day. I'd say 109, 110 is a pretty decent average day for most of the days of the year. I could be wrong in that too. My job prior to this one required me to be outside quite a lot, and it just seemed like every day that I was outside, I was reading easy triple digits. So, yeah, I think you're over kind of towards the I think you're over on kind of Omega. I think you're over kind of in an area maybe that might be the same. I think you're on the west side of things where where it's probably similar. But it's weird though, because it's, you know, one area gets considered. Oh, I'm gonna die. I love how gentle it is. They didn't make a sound for it or any of that. It's just gentle bump on the head and he dies. They had some class there with that. It's yeah, like, I don't know. We're in the desert. It's not the worst. It's not like Death Valley. Like, I think Death Valley, the hottest it got in Death Valley was what, 1930s, and it was like 134 degrees or something like that, I think. I've been there, but I don't particularly want to be, you know, back. I got stuck there on actually, I got stuck in that area from my previous job. I was on a flight, and we had a layover, and we had to travel the arid Arizona climate, and it was ridiculous. Oh wow, that's actually pretty. I don't know how unheard of that is, but it does. I don't think it's a. It doesn't sound like something that I'm familiar with being a common occurrence. I envy warm weather. Yeah, I'm the opposite. Not opposite of you. Don't want to clarify. I think that's great to, like, I would love to have weather that's good for that, but we just don't see cold weather. And I have a condition where I have a couple. They're hereditary conditions, where I don't. I can't. It's so one of those conditions is called photophobia. It's a condition where my eyes don't dilate, so sunny days are especially harsh on my eyes. And then the other one is a hereditary skin condition that I inherited from my mother, and so I get burned remarkably easy in the sun. Usually, a sunburn will only take about 6 minutes or more, 6 to 8 minutes, I'd say, to really tear me up. I don't tan or anything, so it's I can deal with the cold, you know, the cold, overcast, no sun weather a little bit easier myself. And regrettably, I've passed those same traits on to my daughter, so she also has been diagnosed with them. But you know, I mean, that's not a big deal. Like, if there's 1,001 things that I could have going on that are worse, so I'm not really all that mad about it. Oh, dang it! I forgot about this guy. Oh, I can't. There was no way to get out of that, I don't think. Okay, I can do that. These bosses were, if nothing else, they were creative in the way that they were presented. I love this. Go wiggle over there. There we go. What, come on. Really? That's what I was looking for. One of the other things, if you haven't played it, Omega, I know you've played it. I'm sure several of you have. Bloodlines. Some of the ways that they got creative with some of those bosses, some of the rotating, like there's one where there's a rotating platform. It's all 2D, but it has this wonderful 3D. You're fighting against Tiamat, I think, is this like bat creature. It's so cool. I love the way that they did these. These bosses were super, super fun to... I'm already ready for cold weather. It's already getting warmer. Yeah, sometimes that's the way you gotta be. That's kind of how I am with the warm weather. It's getting cold, and I'm like, I've got to get ready for summer again. Oh man, I forgot. These are the ones where they drop fleamen. Or hatchbacks. Hunchbacks. Yeah, they're dropping cars. Hunchbacks is what I meant to say. Jeez. Let's just get my lives back here. I didn't actually mean to do that. I wasn't paying enough attention to the where I was. As I think was probably apparent when I said hatchbacks. But I hope that the weather is, you know, I get it cold and you know, the cold's kind of, I know that weather's kind of been really weird this year. It's real weird. The world has been really weird for the past year and 2 months, I'd say. That having been said, I hope everybody's having a good year so far and that things have been, you know, things are going well for you guys. Not looking forward to triple digits. Oh, absolutely. I completely understand that. Oh, I forget. I can't do that. My son goes to college in Arizona last year. Dry heat, but living. Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. Let's just... I'll just go for it. Yeah, there's no one wins when the weather's super hot. But yeah, I hope everybody's years are going well. I hope everybody's, you know, for the most part, I hope everything's going as well as it could be. As well as it can be going, considering all circumstances. Golly, these things start to gang up on you. Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen. Since I've been to Arizona, I don't remember what the temp was like there. Just hated the traffic. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, we gotta. The thing when you go to like the south of where we are, it's real humid. That's the like San Antonio specifically, which is San Antonio's not anywhere near me. That's the thing about Texas is you can literally drive for half a day and still be in Texas, not having seen any other state. It's a load of garbage, but Texas isn't. I'm just making fun, but I don't like humidity. That's just a preference thing. But you know, I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know. Is there really a place on Earth that exists where the weather is just always the way you want it to? Whoops. Always the way you want it to be? Because I don't know if I found my ideal climate yet. And I know that, I know Anna can't take the cold. She does not like the cold at all. I can't blame her. Even though I love it. So, like, I'll go out in this... Like, I've been going out in the snow and, like, doing all kinds of, like, chores and stuff. And take out the trash or whatever. Get a chance to go in the snow. And she's just like, I don't want anything to do with outside for the rest of this week. Uh-oh. Alright, this is... I do wish that I still... Well, no, you can't. I keep feeling like Contra with this, where I'll hold the R button and try to whip down, and I remember that's not how that works. Let's just put some crosses out there. Good lord, I don't remember this part being so difficult. I know technically in this... Well, I don't guess you can in this. I was thinking this was a part of the Switch Nintendo Online thing, but... I was going to say, I know I could probably rewind, but I don't want to do that. But I don't know if I can rewind. I don't want to do it anyway, so... I don't want to do any save states or anything. I want to try and do this as clean as I can, but... It's not very clean. But yeah, I don't... Like I said, it's all been crazy. There's 1,001 things that are crazy. Not necessarily bad, just crazy. So I hope that everything is, like I said, going as well as could be expected for everybody, and I think 2021 is going to be awesome. Honestly, you know, it's February. It's the start of a new year. It's still the start of a new year. But at the same time, I'm just gonna go for this. Yeah. But at the same time, it's, you know, for me, it's like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what all kinds of things. I've already started the year out really well, honestly, in my opinion, because I've had the fortune of getting to talk with a bunch of you guys, and you guys have been super kind and supportive, and I mean, you know, that's been an awful. That's been an awesome. I might have said awful, but I wasn't. I was doing two things at once, and I apparently can't walk and chew gum at the same time. It's been an awesome experience, getting to make new friends and meet a new community. And so if that's all I get out of 2021 will have been a great success, I feel. I'm gonna catch up here. Good. I opt against save states. Yeah, it's just that something feels dirty about it. I don't know. I don't fault people for using them. I just prefer. That's my thing. It like, if somebody wants to use it, if they have a new game and they're just struggling with it, that's fine. I feel like, I mean, like, these games were absolutely, like, I've had a couple of decades to brush up on these. Surely I can get through them, right? If it were up to me, I'd live in Aruba. Average temperature is 85, and they're out of the. Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. Then yeah, that would be nice. Obviously we don't know, considering the year permitting. I think we're supposed to try and take a cruise this June. We've got booked, and so I'm gonna be able to. I've never been on a cruise. Anna has been on several of them, and so she says she's super excited to get to go with me. But I'm excited to see some of these more exotic places. Every time I've ever had to travel, it's always been for work, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Go. Oh, I always feel bad about that, though. I still feel bad. One more time. Dang it. I always feel bad about that. I don't like hurting puppies. Even if they're half dead puppies. Oh, no. I mean, that puppy's not doing me any favors either, but you know. He's a puppy, he don't know. But I don't know where we're going either. I think we're going to, like, the Caribbean and such, which I hear is beautiful. I've never, like I said, anytime I've ever traveled, it's been for work, and then generally they don't need you doing what I was doing at the time out there. They've got it all set up. So it was like, just me or these bats start doing ridiculous damage. Okay. Oh, I forgot the boss of this. This is I think, is this the right game? I might be thinking, but I think this is the game. This is the game, and I think this is the level where you fight the main bosses, that ghost dancing couple, Fred Astaire and Paula Abdul. That's their actual names, by the way, which I think is awesome. Really? 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 I hit you 5 times? I hit you 3 times, but still. My point stands. Oof. I am glad to be in the castle, though. My goodness. God dang. Armor axe. Axe armor? Axe armor. That's what I'm looking for. Axe armor. I don't like him. Nope. God dang. I like this dog, but he's starting to get... What the heck? Go! Go! I don't know what go. Is that? I think that's their name, isn't it? I think that's what they actually named him, was Fred Askare and Paula Abgul. And I could be completely wrong about that. I'm not 100% I don't have the book for Castlevania 4. I have the only one I actually have. So I have all the Castlevania games, but the only I have, like, it's really odd, the ones that I have in complete in box, and the god dang this bat. The ones that I have complete in box, 3 of course being my favorite I have, and then in box, and then I think obviously my Symphony of the Nights are in box as well. Go. Dang it. Yeah, and so, but I really wish I had the manuals to some of these, just for the sake of getting to. Nope. He's gonna do it. Dang it. Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to, that's perfectly. That. I thought that's what they called them, but I don't have. Like I said, I don't have the manuals to this one. God dang this dog. I'm starting to feel less bad about hitting it, but still pretty bad. So, like, on a scale of not bad to real bad, I'm still like towards the real bad, but I'm just like maybe one hair of a tick. Oh, okay, 2 hairs of a tick away. Boy, I tell you. All right, I gotta focus for a second here. I'm gotta get better at. That's the thing about making a video, is I'm talking into a microphone absent-mindedly, and then playing games. Many people. Oh, really? Okay, that's okay. I didn't realize. Is there a way to? I'd love to come up with the original. I'm sorry, I'm paying attention to all kinds of things at the same time, and I need to get better at this part of it. Is there a place that sells just the boxes and manuals? And originals, if it could be done. If it can't be, then obviously that's okay, but I wouldn't mind a reprint. But I don't know why I did that. Bat. That's fine. I got the names right? Okay, that's what I thought. That's what I thought their names were, but then I sat there and I was like, oh, maybe I just said a dumb. Uh-oh. 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 Are we going to navigate that like a pro? Not even a little bit. Well, yeah, when you're making videos, you can just kind of absently talk into a microphone about what's going on, and you're not really focused on anything because it's just whatever ramblings you're going on about. Then that's kind of like, yeah, that's where you are. You can always edit it out later. With streams, I'm realizing that with games of substantial difficulty, such as but not limited to this one, that it's much more difficult. Give me a pork chop, please. Gonna hit that guy before he even came up the stairs. There we go. Not too sure, to be honest. Maybe Etsy. That's a good suggestion. I didn't think of that. That's a great suggestion. Okay, I'm gonna give them a shot. I don't like. At this point, I have the cartridges, so it's just trying to. Well, that's a bummer. I didn't realize I was already at the chandelier part. That's okay. Well, never mind. I thought you respawned at the chandelier part, but I guess not. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I would love to just have the boxes and the if for nothing else for these, I'd love to have the boxes and the I'd love to have the boxes and the manuals. I'm telling you. Well, fortunately enough, it's almost midnight here, which is almost probably where I'll cut it, but I have this. It's another thing. I wonder if this is anyone else. As a matter of fact, I'll ask. Is there a point whenever you start doing worse at a game, or is this a common phenomenon rather, where you start getting to the point of where you're doing worse at a game, and then you go and you rest for a while, like, you know, I don't know, maybe take a nap, maybe go to bed, whatever the case is, or maybe you just get away from it for a couple hours, and you come back and you're instantly, you know, amazing at it all of a sudden. I'm not saying I'm going to be amazing at this, but is that a common phenomenon, or is that because I'll have it where I'll do something and I'll not like I wasn't able to pass it, and then I'll be able to pass it. Like I'll go rest for a bit, and then all of a sudden I'm able to pass it, and usually in like the first or second try. Oh, bat. Okay, I didn't know if that was a... I think that might be what my thing is. I played a couple of games before that, but I feel like that's the thing, which of course... Oh, I guess that's leads to another question. So you say you don't like using save states. Completely understand that. God dang it. I had my thumb on the button as I looked over at the chat. Do you still use passwords? Do you still feel like that's okay? Because the game permits it, or... Okay, let's just let this die real quick. I'll go ahead and get the continue. That's fine. Well, yeah, but do you still, if you don't use save states, will you still permit yourself to use the, you know, the in-game password to get to, like, whatever level, in this case, 6-1? Sheesh, we still got a little ways to go before Dracula. Good lord. Because I'm curious, I know some people are purists insofar as that if the game had it on the original cartridge, it's okay. And then I know some people are just like, no, even passwords. If I can't do it in a single run, then it's no good. So I'm curious as to which one is the bigger, like, phenomenon, or which one is more, if not more common, which one you guys prefer. Depending on the game, I know for me, I don't mind passwords, but it's really dependent on the game. Like, I'm not gonna play frickin' Hide-Lide all over. I'm not gonna play Hide-Lide over again. If the passwords are in there, then I have no problem saving there. I save at a Okay, that's fair. That's definitely fair. That's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm gonna, I'm not gonna go back and play Hide-Lide. I don't want to go back and start from the beginning. Hide-Lide's just not a great game. But for whatever reason, if I'm possessed to play that game, and nobody, you know, talks me out of it, there we go, and nobody talks me out of it, then I'm probably going to use passwords. That game's abysmal. I think that's a fair. There's no save state in this, so. But I am thinking about maybe doing this again with a password. I don't give a thumb at if I don't know if you're still here, but he had a we were doing a 007 N64 GoldenEye stream for him and for his suggestion, which I definitely would like to finish. I certainly wouldn't mind doing several Castlevania streams though. Just because I absolutely love Castlevania. And the reason I ask is because I know that with Castlevania, I'm going to struggle on some of them. I'm not phenomenal at Dracula X. And 3 is super, super hard as well. And I mean, you're seeing I'm not really stellar at this one either, but I'm having fun. That's, like I said, I get losing 1,000 times doesn't mean I'm having less fun. Whoops. I knew it was going to fall, I just didn't realize the trigger was that far. That's okay, though. But I'd love to do some more, like, Castlevania streams, honestly. I think that'd be great. If anybody else would be interested in watching them. Dang it, I forget they have splash damage. The candles fall off them and they splash you with damage. Ah, dang it, he threw that axe low. He knew what I was doing. He was wise to me. But yeah, I'd love to actually do a... Whoops! I'd love to do a... I'd love to run through, like, Really? Come on, lady. Lady! Thank you. I'd love to do, I'd love to do several... Oops! I'd love to do several, Castlevania game runs. Honestly, I think that'd be fun. This waiter, eager to serve, I guess. Twice a week, reserving one day of the week to Castlevania. These days, I only play Castlevania every month. Yeah, I don't want anyone to get burnt out on it, honestly, because, I play streams to have fun, but I also play streams so people will have, hopefully, fun with me. I don't want people to be burnt out on something because, I like a game and they just don't like it. I think the armor axes in this the axe armors look a lot cooler in this one. So, yeah, I don't want to like anyone to get burnt out, like I was saying, but I have fun. I want to have fun playing games too, but I also don't want people to be burnt out if they're like, oh, it's Castlevania and they're all the same. They're not all the same, but you know what I'm saying. Some people that aren't fans of Castlevania aren't necessarily going to, be privy to that or feel that way and not necessarily be privy to that. I don't want it to sound condescending, but dang, got killed by a Geist. So I think I'll run through this, and then if I once I run to the next continue on this, I'll call that the stream for just now. That'll also end fairly close to midnight, I'm feeling. So I totally get what you mean. I cause burnout with too much Vania as well. Yeah, it's tough. Castlevania games are some of my favorites. Well, they're my favorite franchise easily. I mean, bar none. But I have variety. It's just a matter of these are games that these take a while to pass and get the feel for it. This lady's gonna come up real close, so I'm gonna try and jump so she's not. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It's just hard, it's also hard to know what people are wanting to watch. Like, I don't know what everybody's tastes are yet. I'm still working on that. I look for suggestions, but it's been, it's weird. I have to be completely honest. To get somebody to make a suggestion of what they might like to see is one of the hardest things. I've literally just asked people, hey, what would you like to see played? And I won't get an answer. People don't want to, and I'm like, guys, I really want to do something that you can, I want to do something that you guys would like to watch as much as I want to do something I'd like to play. And it's so hard. You solicit that and nobody bites, even though it's just saying, hey. Okay, yeah, thank God. I get annoyed if I die. I like to believe I'm pretty, I could be wrong on this, but I like to believe I'm pretty patient. The harder a game is, for me, now that haven't been, I want to clarify, there are exceptions to this, but the harder a game is, the more accomplished I feel when I pass it. Castlevania is one of those games, one of the first games that helped me realize that that's how I felt about these. I like to believe I'm too. Two Worlds is a good example of a game. Two Worlds, if anyone's ever played that, that's one of the games that is not worth the effort. It's got some really ridiculously hard areas, and the story's garbage. The soundtrack's, well, the soundtrack's got a couple of good songs. Don't play that game either. It's got some really stupid, difficult parts, and it's not good. I passed it and felt very unaccomplished. Oh sure, yeah. No, please do. Anytime, if you want to do it during chat, if you want to just suggest in my Twitter, private message, direct message, DM, PM. I'm not real familiar with that yet. I'm still learning, but yeah, I definitely take suggestions. I have I don't have every game out there, but I have a pretty good collection. I can probably accommodate you. I know. He's gonna come after me. Come on. Do the thing. Okay. I wanted to... I know that's what it does, but I thought it had a hit... thought it had a hitbox before. Moonwalk. Up. Okay, okay. Well, look. That's the... I'm not sure if you were putting that specifically out there for QP or if I'm able to speak on that too, but I feel like that's I feel like that's the way that it is done down here too. In our area, we like to hunt more than we like to fish, and when we like to fish, it's really just most of us getting excused for a drink. To drink for, you know, several hours. I don't really drink, but I can understand the appeal if you do. I like how they made these guys flash this time, since they correspond to those hands only. In the original, I don't remember them flashing. I remember them just kind of standing still. That's kind of cool. They don't activate unless you get caught. You don't get caught if you don't get caught. Whoops! You get caught if you do that. You don't get caught if you crawl under them. Oh, let me catch up real quick. Is this the OG hardware? So this one's on the Switch. Generally, I do the OG hardware, so to speak. I've been collecting games for the past 25-ish years, I guess, and so I've amassed a pretty good collection. I have most of mine's done on the OG hardware. I get why there's convenience of emulation and such, but I have a big I personally am not very good at using other controllers with that, including, like, right now, even on the Switch, I'm using a Super Nintendo controller that's hooked up, that's paired to an 8-bit DOE wireless adapter. I can't seem to do it. So I understand where emulation's definitely handy in a lot of instances, and this one included. But if I can do it, I'll try to put it up I'll try to put it up at least where I have the original, you know, stuff set up. So all my consoles are concurrently hooked up to a Switch, and that Switch is hooked up to one capture card. So with a couple of presses of a button, I can go to any system in my collection. My suggestion is to throw up a poll on Twitter and see what they choose. That's a good option. The only reason I hadn't done that is, I guess there's two reasons. First, I don't know how to do it. I have to learn how to make a poll. And secondly, I didn't know if I were going to make a poll, what games I would want to, what I could narrow it down to. I literally, you could name just about any game and I can play it. So it's one of those things where it's like, and I enjoy 98% of my collection. I enjoy the games. So it was like one of those things where, whoops, there we go. It was like one of those things where I didn't want to, potentially void an option that was somebody would like. Moonwalk. But that's a great idea. I should probably just bite the bullet and do that. That's a good idea. I thought about it, but at the same time, like at the end of especially if you're saying it, then I'm gonna take that advice. God dang Ouija table, go! Yeah, I would. That'd be helpful. There we go. I think there's seance tables in this. Okay, here start coming the dancing couples. I'm gonna die to frickin' not even the wait, no I'm not. Well, yeah I am. Dang it. Okay. Alright, last life on this. Goodness. I lasted longer than I thought I would. But yeah, I mean, also, if you happen to have games to even... okay. Irony abounds. If you happen to know of any games that you would find interesting, at least to be contenders in the poll, please let me know. I'll put them in. I haven't gotten the opportunity to see you play. I don't think I got to see you play Castlevania, QP, but definitely would love to see that too. Like I said, I love Castlevania. I can literally watch it all day. So, if anyone decides they also are jumping on and wanting to do it, like I will, I'll be there anyway. Obviously, I want to show support to as many as I possibly can. But that having been said, I'm always happy to see Castlevania. Okay, there's that. So I can't remember what the trick is, but Fred Astaire and Paula Abdul. There we go. I don't usually brute force them like that. There's a trick to it, but I can't remember what it was. Yeah, that's a good idea. I could do that. I'm fortunate enough to have everything, like I said, hooked up. So there are very few consoles that I couldn't accommodate, but I could pick some favorites from that for sure. Yeah, that'd be all right. Dun, 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 dun. This is the one that has that little the really soft, like, yeah, there it is. I don't feel like it fits the mood personally, but I do like this song quite a lot. Thank you for the applause there, for the congratulatory hands. Nope. I know your tricks book. In Symphony of the Night, you had swords come out of you and you hurt me. No, that's not in Symphony. Symphony, the books just come up at you. That's in... Which one is the one where the... shoot. Dawn of Sorrow, maybe? Actually, I think it is. I think it's Dawn of Sorrow where they have the swords come out at you. Portrait of Ruin, I think, also may have had something like that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I could do that. I did a I had the so I've had several years to I've had several years to kind of perfect this setup, and it's not perfect still, but I did it so it was like no more convenient or inconvenient to do one from the other. So like I'm doing all of my retro consoles are run into composite switches / S-video switches, and then those all are bottlenecked into a composite / S-video to HDMI upscaler, and then that upscaler, since those are all bottlenecked into the single upscaler, it's a 10 in 1 out composite, I think. Those all run into a into the 8th input of my 8 in 1 out HDMI switch. And so so long as I can hit HDMI 8, all my retro consoles come up, and then I just have to push the button for the composite / S-video signal, the correct one. And that's like I said, that's just a couple of button presses. So it's literally, and I don't have a phenomenal preference on consoles. I love them all, so. I haven't really got to experiment really well with what the signal capture looks like in terms of stream or any of that on like the Sega Saturn or my Atari Jaguar or any of that though. But I would definitely love to give those a test, but I don't know what games are uber appealing on those consoles for people. Come on. Come on. Some books have weapons come out of them. You might be right. You might be right. You're probably right. Let me clarify. I may have been right. That's what I was thinking too, though. I was thinking that they had like swords and stuff come out of them. I'm gonna moonwalk down all these. Oh, God dang, I hate these things. These are the things that they have in the frickin' Symphony Tower, and I hate them. Oh, I got killed by a book, though. Smacked in the face with a book. My goodness. All right, I'm going to call it here. It's 10 minutes past midnight where I am. I do want to say, for everybody who is here, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Thanks for just hanging out with me, taking time to talk back and forth. I know I rambled a bunch. I was focused on the game and the chat, and I need to get better at that. But I definitely appreciate you guys for coming in and hanging out with me regardless. I did say it at the very beginning, but I do want to say special thanks again to you, Omega, for helping me out with the logos and such. That was very, very helpful, and I very much appreciate it. But yeah, I hope everybody. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the. I'll go to the stream ending there. You should still be able to hear me. You hear some music on top of it. But I hope you guys. I hope you guys all have a fantastic evening, night, early morning, whatever time it is where you guys are. Thanks again for hopping in and for all the congratulations and the happy birthdays. And I hope I'll see you guys on your respective streams soon. But yeah, good evening, guys.